master this lead source, completely change your business. Welcome to the Sales Warrior Academy. My name is Todd Conklin. I want to talk to you today about lead generation. Specifically, I want to talk to you about how to master expired listings. Listen, in the Sales Warrior way, we know you've got to have somewhere between 4 and 6 lead sources to build a consistent, repeatable business, one that grows and scales with your life year after year. You're going to have to master some new lead sources. And I think that one of the greatest lead sources on the planet is expired listings. You might need to change the way you think about expired listings, but here, listen to me when I talk to you about that. Expired listings are sellers that raised their hand and said, hey, look, I want to sell my house. I have something else I want to do. I have another chapter of my life I want to go on to. And so I went out and I found the person that I thought was going to do the best job for me. Maybe I thought they were the cheapest. Maybe I thought they were going to be the ones that were going to do the best marketing or the best this or that, the other. And it didn't work out. And I'm disappointed. But I had a dream, I had a plan, and it just didn't work out. These people have already said that they're interested in selling. Unlike many of the other lead sources that you all are focused on, these people have already identified themselves as sellers. So why not call them? There's basically 4 different things you're going to hear from a expired listing seller when you make contact with them. And we're going to walk through what those 4 things are so that you can have a common sense, practical, easygoing, smart, and professional way of responding to them. So now, before you think, oh, well, that doesn't work in my marketplace. If you are working in a marketplace, let's call it a special one, a special marketplace. Maybe it's a resort market where the people aren't typically living full-time in there. There is a way to address expired listings, and it's a professional and elegant way of doing it. We've got an agent in Telluride who does exactly that, and she's selling multi-million-dollar homes, all executing on her expired listing strategy. Number 1, she uses a 52-pound linen personal note paper, right? Think of wedding invitation. She uses a fine point Sharpie as the pen. On the front of the envelope, she puts the address of the person that she's sending it to. There's a stamp, I said stamp, on the front of the envelope. And then on the back, she has her return address, not her name, just the return address. Inside, it's just a simple handwritten note. If you're going to relist your property with your previous agent, please disregard. If on the other hand, you're open-minded to hearing what I would do to market and sell your home, please call or text me at this number. And she puts her cell number, signs it, throws a couple of business cards, boom, in the mail, and it works like crazy, right? Now, she doesn't have the ability to knock on the door or make the phone call because she doesn't have the phone numbers or the people aren't there on location. So it would make sense that this is her only other strategy. But if they are there and if you do have their phone number, it is always better to pick up the phone. But of course, you got to know what to say. Let's fix our mindsets first before we dig into what to say. Numero uno, these people want to sell. They did not get what they wanted. Help them. Help them. Isn't that why you're in the business, is to help people? These are people that are in need. These are people that are in pain. These are people that are probably experiencing some stress and some anxiety. They are looking for you. Be their savior on this. When you make the connection, you're likely going to hear one of 4 things. The first one, when you call and you say, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I notice that your home is no longer on the market. My question to you is this: if you got a full price offer, would you still be interested in selling? Wait, what? What do you mean my house isn't on the market anymore? Now look, you may think that's funny, but oftentimes what happens is people don't realize that their home is no longer on the market, don't realize that the listing is expired because the agent that they were working with didn't let them know that it is expired. And maybe even the agent didn't know until they get to their desk and they actually look at their multiple listing service and see that their own listing is expired. So be ready for that. Well, I take it from that response that you probably are interested in selling your property. So may I come by and visit with you this afternoon and tell you a little bit about what I would do to market and sell your home? 99% of the time, that person's going to say, you betcha, because they're upset. They've just realized that their own agent didn't do what they needed to do when they had it listed, and now they didn't tell them that it was expiring. Okay, so that's numero uno. Sorry for the interruption. I don't have anything to sell here today. What I do know is the data tells me that 54% of you are watching the videos to the end. 46% are watching the videos but not subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do me a favor. Drop down, hit the subscription button, hit the notification button, and make sure you don't miss any of our Sales Warrior training. Back to the video. All right, so the second response that we often get, again, we're calling an expired listing. We're saying, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, if I notice that your property is no longer on the market, if you got an offer, would you still sell it? They say, well, yeah, but we're thinking about relisting our property with the agent that we had. Fantastic. Can I ask you a question? Would you be open-minded to hearing how I would have marketed the property and how I would have sold the property? You'll just ask the question, right? Same thing, by the way, goes if they say, yeah, we don't know exactly what we're going to do yet. Are you going to consider other agents? Yeah, we don't really know. Great. Would you be open-minded to scheduling a time with me where I can demonstrate to you exactly what I would do to market and sell your property? So those, we just covered three, all right? Number one, I had no idea. Number two, I'm going to relist with the previous agent. And number three, we do want to sell. We are going to relist, but I don't really know. The last one, and maybe the one that gives some people some anxiety, shouldn't, is I don't want to sell my house. I've changed my mind. Common sense strategies. There was a time when that person wanted to sell their house. Clearly something has changed. Maybe that something is a real reason to not want to sell your house. Or maybe they're just emotionally charged. And our job is to remove the emotion, right? Remember, we're the thermostat of the conversation. So let's be the thermostat for a minute. So may I ask a question? If you've had a full price offer for your home today, you would not take it? Well, maybe I would. Oh, so see, now I'm back in. See, now we're back in the conversation. Can I ask, what would you do? Like, you had plans. What was the next step? What was step two? What was plan B? What was phase three? What was it? What were you going to do when you sold your property? Oh, we were going to go buy this, or we're going to go do this. We're going to go travel, that kind of stuff. You're reminding them about why they chose to list their property in the first place. And now we're into a conversation. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, can I ask you a question? If I showed you how I would have marketed your property differently, and I would have sold your property and done it quicker, would you be open-minded hearing about that? That's the moment, right? Well, sure. Like, why not, right? Well, look, I know you're not ready to sell now. It sounds like you're maybe rethinking some things, but maybe if I could demonstrate to you that I could do it, remove some of the anxiety, remove some of the pain that was associated with your previous agent, and I could get you what it is that you wanted so that you could go do what you wanted to do, that would be really good, right? And that's what salespeople do, is we help people who have problems solve those problems by making the best decisions for them and their goals. So working expireds is an incredible way to generate leads, baby, leads. You're just going to have those 4 common sense approaches to having conversations with people who have already said, I want to sell my house. I just chose the wrong agent. If you liked what we did here today, if you like the information that we were sharing here today, give me a like below, give me a subscription, share this with somebody. Do you know somebody that's really struggling with expired listings? Share this video with them, and we will see you on the next video.